Hello and welcome to our forest challenge. This is a map by ABT, yes I was right, ABT Frankie. From what I've seen, it's the 4th map that he's made, and for me, just because obviously you know the way I like to play, this is one I was drawn to straight away. The whole point is, if I show you, this is the map here, literally the whole thing of it is forest. These are sort of stone areas, and there's a field there. However, we're never going to get there anytime soon. So we're at 0. We have no money whatsoever. All we have is 2 bits of kit. We have our axe, and we have this little micro tractor here. I'm sure it's called a micro tractor. Yeah, micro tractor, and it's got this little trailer on the back. That is everything we have. We literally have nothing else. Land-wise, we own this. So we have this. This is what you start with. It's free anyway. Like, we started on hard mode, but this area is sort of free regardless. But when I say we won't get here anytime soon, that is because if we click on here, 760 grand for that. 942. I'm sure this one's a million. Yeah, a million. So that shows you what we've got ourselves in for. We won't be buying any bits of land anytime soon. We've got nothing, like we literally have nothing. So we need to create from scratch our own. I don't even know where the gates are. We need to create our own farm out of absolutely nothing. Is that them there? There we are. So where's that facing? So what we need to do, I think, to start with, we need to create a piece of land, don't we? Which I think is going to be around here. The modder actually suggests that we start this on. I'll cut some trees down first. That we start this on easy rather than hard. However, why isn't that picking up? It is now. However, you know me, I like a challenge. I don't think we're ever going to be doing that, are we? There we go. Yeah, it was always going to be on a more difficult setting. The economy, everything is on hard, other than the economy is actually on. Are you going to fall down, or you're not going to bother? Not going to bother. The economy actually is on medium, just because this is literally the smallest amount we've ever started with. I'm just going to pile these on here for now. I mean, I know we've got the micro tractor. We will come back to that. -2 already. Also, brilliant. You get charged fuel for using your axe. That is fantastic. So yeah, what the modder says is you try to sort of find your way out of the forest, or cut your way through the forest, and it is this. The whole map is this. So absolutely brilliant. I intend. I know I say this on nearly every series we do. I intend to keep these videos quite short. Utilize time lapses quite a lot, and maybe do quite a lot of jumps especially while we doing things like this, while we cutting doing the logging like this. I think jumping will be quite beneficial, and I don't like putting logging on time lapses either, because it can look a bit funny sometimes. If it's quite straightforward logging, like with sort of large straight trees, it's not as bad. But I don't know if all these trees are the same. Looks like they are, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks like they are. Because sometimes you can get those trees that are just an absolute pain to work with. And yeah, I've never liked putting time lapses on with that. Right, let's get this over. So this was one whole tree. I think the trigger's over here somewhere. It's about here. Oh my god, where's the trigger? Right, let's put that on. Ah, it's there. Right, 640. It ain't much, is it? Let's get this. Let's get that trigger back off. So 640 per tree. Let's jump in here. I can actually listen to this. Put the sound up because I can't imagine it sounds too loud. There we go. I mean, what a machine! What a machine! I know I'm cutting off the road there. What I really need to start doing, I'll turn it off for fuel. We need to start cutting over here so we can get some sort of land cleared, because that's we need that pretty much straight away, don't we? We haven't got seasons on, because with seasons on it would just be an absolute nightmare. If you think of the other challenges that we've done, having seasons off is normally that bit better, isn't it? Some of these trees are actually quite big. I'm gonna I think as we go further down the line, I've never really looked at the all the forestry equipment that came in the one of the upgrade, I can't remember what you call them, one of the packs that came out. It was a pack with silver run and all the Volvo equipment, wasn't it? Can't remember what it was called. I'm sure it was something really simple, like the forestry pack. However, I've never really looked through that because I don't do a massive amount of it. But on this map, obviously we're going to have to. I've got no choice, have we? So we might have a look through that and look at different ways of being able to do our forestry rather than just do it like this. Right, let's get this on here. I know they have straps. I don't know how much that'll be able to pull like. It is the chipped version, so it does have 50 horsepower. But it is two-wheel drive, and I can't imagine it's going to be the most powerful of tractors. I say tractors, machines. Right, one more. See how much we get for this one. I think as well, if we can get a way of getting bigger trees or longer lengths, then we get more money from it, don't we? This starts up really slowly. You can't just get in and pull away, and it doesn't turn either. What is it with me in vehicles that just don't like to turn? We're still on Griffin using, I mean we've got other ones now, but we still have our Ford with them huge wheels on the front. Right, let's jump down. There we go. Right, 649. So we're getting pretty much the same for each tree, aren't we? Let's have a look in the used machinery just in case there's nothing really cheap, is there? I mean, we have no grass for the mowers. There's no point in that, and there's no point in that. I mean, yeah, there's no grass on the ground at all, is there? So that would have to be ploughed up. I can't believe this isn't going to turn around in here. There we go. Right, and let's keep going. What I'll do, we will do our first. We'll do our first jump now. I'm gonna do quite a lot. I'll just keep going back and forth. We'll do quite a lot of trees, try to clear an area. I would like to be able to get even a small field ploughed up in today's episode. That's the goal. We might not get it seeded. However, if we can just get something in the ground, that would be fantastic. So, I will be right back, and hopefully we've got something else to work with. Quite therapeutic, the sound of that little engine. We have done, I don't know, maybe about 20 trees, something like that. Now, just before we went off, I said I would like to be able to get a plough in the ground, didn't I? By the end of this episode. It was only when we went off and I started like just cracking on with the work that I realised I have nothing to get a plough in the ground with. And I don't just mean the plough, I mean we don't have a tractor. And I never even thought of that. Because here's me thinking that you can just sort of disconnect them, or I don't know, I'm just not even considering it really. So yeah, we need, before we can do anything, the money that we're making now is going to have to go on a tractor. We can't do anything else. So I'm going to get these done, and then hopefully we'll be able to buy something with, well, we'll have just over 12 grand after this. You can get 2 trees on here, and we're getting around about 1200 for each trailer full. I have stacked some of these better, I promise. Yeah, we're getting about 1200 for each trailer full, so we should have enough to buy something. Oh my god. Do you know, it'd be quicker just to do this. I mean, it's not quicker for all of it, but for these little bits, where on earth is my tractor? For these little bits here, I could have left them bigger, couldn't I? Just popping them over the fence. I'll show you the area we've got as well. So we're just before midday. We've got a decent sized area, but I mean, there's no point in getting much bigger really. Is that 2 bits? Yeah. There's no point in getting much bigger, because the other thing that dawned on us as well, we won't be putting a cereal crop in, because how am I going to harvest it? Because I intended coming on to the series, it's already started changing. Like, I intended to put something like barley in. I intended to get chickens quite early, and make money out the eggs, because they're quite, well, they're really easy to use, aren't they? There's a few different mods, like open pastures, where they're quite cheap, and I thought, right, we'll do that. That's a decent start. Can't do that because I can't harvest, and there's no way we'll be getting a harvester in the next few episodes. So where is that? What's that give us? 12,384. I'll switch that off. Yeah, so we won't be getting chickens, so we'll have to think of something else to go in there. But the area we've got, I will get rid of these. That isn't in the area that we're going to plough. So we've got this here, pretty much from there, follows all the way around to there. So it is a decent sized space for our first field. Now we just need to have a look to see what tractor we can get. Any in here? No, there's literally nothing in there we can use, which is unfortunate. I remember when we started our used machinery challenge on Westbridge, there was a a tractor in there, wasn't there? I mean, it wasn't an ideal one for us, but there was one to start with on there that we did use. I'll tell you which one I really liked. I like that. I've never used that yet, and I like the look at it as well. There's a couple of cheaper ones up here. That Deutz 17. Oh, can't afford that. In fact, without cutting down another couple of trees, we can't afford that and the plough as well, because the plough's probably going to be about £1,000, isn't it? Don't you get loads of things with these? It doesn't say you can create new fields with that. I'm sure there's a little Massey up here as well. Or that. 45 horsepower. So you can't change it. But 4,500 seems alright. Nope, that was the little, I'm sure that's a Russian tractor, isn't it? Or sort of Soviet bloc tractor, I'm sure that is. Right. Right here. The 100 series. So it says 133 on there, doesn't it? So if you change it, 3,000, it takes us just under 11 grand. I won't need any of that yet. So it takes us just under 11 grand. We don't need to do anything with them. I do prefer the fenders on it for 250. It takes us over 11, but it makes it look so much better. Right, go for standard headlights. Front. Oh, so we can get a front loader. That's good. We'll not be getting it yet though. Right, we're gonna get this. So the Massey Ferguson 140. That is the one we're gonna get. 11,100. Let's do it. And I didn't even see how much we've got left for a plough. It's about 1,200 we've got left for a plough. Yeah, 1,280. So we can get that just. Although I think right at the end there. So just under a metre, 0.6 of a metre, 1.3 for 800. That seems like a bargain. I mean, they're more expensive and they require loads of horsepower. 0.4 of a metre. Right, I think this is the one. So 800 requires 40 horsepower, 1.3 metres. Design. Doesn't make any difference. Let's change the colour though. If it's free, it is free. Let's go with that one. So 800, the Gridzai U. That's as close as you're getting. Right, just under 12 grand we've spent. We left with 8. No, we're not left with 8. I don't even know where I was looking at 8. 4,000. Oh my god, £484. Right, I mean this is small, isn't it? This is really small. Even compared to our little mini tractor there. I expected a little bit. Even that little plough looks big on it, doesn't it? This is really small little tractor. A really small little tractor. That's great English. I'm gonna have to have a look, see if we can find cheaper stump grinders. It's something like these as well that I'm interested in using, and maybe even these here. Oh, Platinum Expansion, that's it. I couldn't remember the name earlier, could I? Yeah, that's what we were looking at using. at some point down the line. So really we need to start over here, don't we, given that the side of the plough is on. I mean, we can straighten this out at some point as well, because it's not going to be ideal. We can get rid of these trees on the right hand side and make it a bit more of a square, but for now it'll have to do. There we go. Is that it's like a different texture of earth as well, isn't it? Sure it is. I don't want to waste that space if I don't have to. What we'll do, we'll get the outline, and then we'll get some. I'll probably get a time lapse on, to be honest. Is that working? Yeah. So yeah, it's a really weird colouring. Got deer on the map. Didn't see them the first time round. I mean, these are massive, some of these. I'd be surprised if we don't get stuck on some of them. Like that one, there's no way we'll go around on that one. Right, so that is... Tell you what, let's do on there. So that's our field there, that's the size of it. So for a starting field, it's not bad. Let's pull that up. Can I do it like this? I think it might be easier. I think purely because there's that much of the canopy going to get in the way of the camera. I think to start with it might be better doing it in first person like this. Now, considering we're going to put crops in here, this mud doesn't look overly appealing, does it? I think the modder might have been right where this may well be a really, really decent challenge. I'm really pleased we started this. I had an idea to come on here, I wouldn't say a while back. I can't remember when the map came out, but I remember looking at it and thinking that'd be great fun going on there. But I'm sure at the time I might have only just started Griffin, or it will have been Griffin. And obviously we've had the issues with the move, etc. as well, so I just didn't get it started. But now that we have, I'm really looking forward to it. If I can, I'm going to get another episode recorded straight after as well. Right, let's go back to this view. There's obviously the odd little bit that we've missed, but we'll get a time lapse on, and then we'll see how long we've got when we come back. We might do a couple more trees just to give us a bit of cushion for next episode, because there will be things, depending on what we're going to put in, we will need to buy more implements, won't we? So let's get the time lapse on and I will be back very shortly. we're pretty much done with the ploughing. Like I said, this field isn't going to stay this shape. It's probably going to get straightened off to go straight across to where that other road is, but for now it's going to have to do. Just thinking as well, although we're not going to get weeds through because it's being ploughed, we are going to have to get lime on it, aren't we? So that's something else we're going to have to buy. I think that's done. Yeah, we don't have precision farming on. No precision farming, no seasons. So it is quite different to what we've been playing for a while. Like, when was the last time we didn't have seasons on No Man's Land? Or Westbridge, did we not have seasons on Westbridge? Possibly, but we still have precision farming on, didn't we? And I think in No Man's Land as well, we'll have to see if we can put a shed up here, by the way. On No Man's Land as well, I think we did put precision farming on in the end. Or, not in the end, but when it came out, I'm sure we put it on. Right, we need one of these, like a, we're not going to get one for £400, are we? Dollars. It doesn't even say where this map's meant to be, I don't think. We're using that in Griffin. I mean, that would be good, but we quite a long way. I'm saying that would be good because these here don't do lime, them two, or else they would have been absolutely ideal. That does, but then you need to buy that to go with it. That doesn't do lime. That does, but it's 21 grand. That is really, really good. I think, is that the one we're using on Griffin? I mean, still 12 grand, still well out of our price range now. So what do we need? About 3 grand. Right, let's go and get that. Turn. Are we getting out? Yeah, we are. Tell you what we'll do. We'll chop these down. Get them out of the way. And that one. I like this axe. I like the look of it. Obviously, I know it works as a chainsaw would, but just think thematically, it's really good. I totally forgot that I put the mod on as well. It must have been ages ago, probably months ago, when it went on. Never used it before. And the only reason I remembered it was on there is one of my sons was starting a game on No Man's Land, and he put it on instead of the chainsaw, which I thought was brilliant. It's only about $50 as well, so it's absolutely a bonus. Right, I'm going to get these cut and we'll get them stacked. Right, 2 trees nearly on. Do you know what, I'm not even going to bother with them. I'll just whack them on because we're getting a bit full. What I've decided to do is, because I said at the beginning we're going to try to keep these videos sort of down to 20 odd minutes. Certainly now, especially like in the first, I don't know, maybe year, in-game year that is, of this, we were only on 1 day months as well. So I mean, that looks painful. There's no reason why the videos should be so long, really. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell this. We are then going to finish the video, but we're going to come back. The next episode, we're going to come back like pretty much straight in from this one. So 1600. Obviously we're not at that £3,000 that we're going to need for the spreader that we want, but I think it's been a really good start. We've cleared this area here. You can see how many trees that we've done. Cleared the area. We've got our first field in. We've got our first tractor, which we totally didn't account for whatsoever when I started. So yeah, I think solid start. Lots to do. What do you think an ending could be? I think we might talk about that in the next one, actually, because we're going to have some sort of end goal, aren't we? So we'll talk about it in the next one. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.
PlayStation